that way because I don't want to.
Dude, I've been talking about my mother's birthday for like
Yeah.
4 or 5 days. Yesterday, I didn't even say happy birthday.
Yeah, I don't want my mind to be anywhere but here. But at the same time, then you actually start thinking about all the things that are actually going on and all of the things that you're taking not for granted, but you're just overlooking and not giving consideration to, and you just start thinking to yourself, oh man, it's gonna be fucking weird to be out of here and to place a phone call and say, so, hey, how you been?
What's your summer been like? You know what mine's been like.
And, well, that's true and it's not true because you don't know, hey, like we say in here, perception is reality. You don't know what they've taken away from what they've seen. You don't know how it's been edited. You don't know what's been shown. So you know they have an essence of what's going on, and there's certain things they might be happy about and certain things not as much, but it's kind of like you really don't know what you're taking away. I'm telling you, if I was at home watching the live feed and I was watching a buddy of mine or, you know, like my girl or a family member, all it would take was one 5 or 10 minute conversation that did not sit right with me, and I would be watching like tense and angrily the rest of the entire summer, I'm telling you. And I've made little comments about, you know, a couple of people or whatever, and kind of like, well, everyone writes down everything you're saying, and so on and so forth. And, you know, it's just, you kind of just hope that everyone understands. And even with the diary rooms, even with the people in the house, you hope people understand that because at 3 a.m., after you got into a tiff with them poking and prodding you and phrasing and putting words in your mouth and asking you questions, that because you said something once for 5 seconds on one day doesn't mean that it's like that's the way you feel about the person or whatever. And like, I do believe that everyone knows that I'm a pretty straightforward and like genuine guy or whatever, and a fairly nice enough person or whatever. And I just keep thinking like, you know, I do wish to have relationships with these people like after I leave. I really believe that we're like all together, like bonded by this, whether we like it or not. It's like we're stuck together. And I think you're going to say this is the fucking most ridiculous statement ever. I'm telling you, you're going to find us sitting in a bar in LA having a beer with Jen at some point. I'm telling you. We are,
maybe down the line.
We are all tied together, you know, for the rest of our lives by this experience. And I would hate for, you know, a stupid flippant fucking comment that you make for 1 second in the heat of a moment because someone basically puts words into your mouth for then someone, you know, who you've always been good with or whatever, to go back and just sit there and be like, what in the fuck, man? Like, this fucking little shitter was in here and he was so fucking, you know, whatever to my face, and then he comes back and he says this shit or whatever. I just think that would suck. And like, I understand I'm not going to harbor grudges unless someone is just fucking bold-faced lying and ripping on me the entire time, in which case I'll just be like, okay, fine, whatever.
Well, you know what? You got to give them credit to a certain extent as well.